Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to the channel and to episode 5 of the 365 series. So last week we completed our inspection as normal. Everything looked great. We're still cruising along with this hive. This hive is doing amazing, and I've been super happy with how she's performing. Last week she had about 3 or 4 of the frames up here drawn. I'm expecting a lot more today. So we've given her about 3 gallons of syrup in the last week. She's been eating a lot of syrup, and so I'm gonna say that she's going to have a lot of the frames up here drawn. I don't think she's going to be ready for a super quite yet, but I do think she's getting close. I think within the next week or 2 weeks, we're going to be able to put a super on this hive and see if we can get some honey off it. So that's going to be really cool. I'm hoping we can. So with that, let's go ahead and get straight into our inspection and see how the hive's doing. Alrighty, now as for always, give the bees a little bit of smoke in the front, and then whenever you see anything growing up in front of the hive, go ahead and break that off. You don't want your bees running into it or anything, so just break off any brush that grows up in front. Alrighty, that'll do. Alrighty, let's go ahead and jump into here now and see how we're doing. And like I said, you can tell they are eating a lot of syrup. We just filled this up yesterday or the day before, a whole gallon, and it's gone, all of it. So that's super good. I'm hoping this hive's going to have this whole box drawn up here. I'm kind of doubtful. I'm thinking they're going to have like 6 frames or so, but we'll see. So it looks like they're doing good. Looks like they're doing really good still. And so whenever you're starting up here in the top box, as you can see, so I always say start on the edges. But as I can see here, there's absolutely nothing drawn here on this frame. And so it's okay to start like 2 or 3 in because there's nothing drawn here. Now, if all of these frames are drawn out, you always want to start out here on the outside. But because those ones aren't drawn, it's not a big deal. And so we can just start right here and pull out one of these hive frames right here. So as you can see, they're definitely drawing out very nice, and she's already got eggs in it. This queen is just so good. Oh wait, right there is actually our queen. That's right there she is. Right there. She is an absolute amazing queen. She's so good. I tell you, like, probably one of the best queens we've had in a while, actually. And I did not mean it. That was not planned or rehearsed or anything. She is just an absolutely amazing queen. Lots of eggs on this side. And lots of larvae up and around, and some captive brood. Looking good. Looks like this one is all, a little bit of everything there. A lot of captive brood, a lot of honey. Again, more swarm cells down here, swarm cups. Let me see if there's anything in them. Nope, nothing in them again. You see that? Nope, nothing in them. But that is a really good looking frame. You know, we got lots of food up top, got our brood. It's looking like a really great frame there. And this is their last frame they have here. And this one is again all food, which is to be expected. These outside frames on hives are usually reserved for food. So the way the hives usually work is they stick almost all of their food and honey stores on the outside frames, and then they kind of keep the queen kind of in the middle here, in these middle 6 or so. And That's what they're already trying to do. So it's very good. We'll go ahead and stick our frame back up here. That's all we need to see in this top box. And so they definitely are not ready for a super yet, because we kind of go off of the same thing that we go off when we're adding a second box. We like to see 7 or 8 of these frames drawn. And right now they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting on number 6 maybe. So definitely not yet. They're going to need another week, maybe 2, before they're ready for a super. But it really shows the power of a Nook, how quickly it can grow, because they really can grow very, very quickly compared to packages and stuff. And so if you remember last week, we stuck these 2 frames here because they were on the outside. And so we ended up taking them and putting them in here so that they would hopefully draw them. We're going to go ahead and see if they have or not. And as you can see, it worked like a charm. So they've already almost got these frames completely drawn out. Not quite on this side, but looking great. They should have that finished up in just a few weeks. And like I said, that's because bees really hate to have gaps in between the hive or in between the frames. And so when you do that, you move that frame in between, they're going to draw it because they just don't want that to be a big gap there. Look at that. So good. So good. So something else I want to talk about, if you take and puff this smoker on here real quick, you can hear the bees. You hear how they do that? This smoker is much, much too hot. And so it's actually starting to aggravate the bees. And when you hear the bees doing this, you need to stop and go get some extra wood chips so that the hive's not going to be getting burnt by that hot smoke. So we're gonna go do that real quick. Alrighty, we're back now. And so it's really important, because if you hear now, if you listen, you don't hear the bees going quite as crazy. And that's because the smoke is not hot. Bees absolutely hate hot smoke. And so a lot of people would confuse aggression with hives because they think the hive's being ultra aggressive, but it's actually just that your smoker is much too hot. So try to get your smoker nice and cool smoke always. Still looking good. So this frame is hatching out completely, which is super good. That's a huge boost to the hive here. All feed on this frame. And so again, here's our other frame that we switched last week, and let's see how they're drawing on this one. If you remember last week, there was nothing drawn in these 2 frames at all. And you can see they've already started drawing on it really nice and started drawing on that side really nice as well. So if you ever have the problem of them not drawing those frames, just take them, put them right in between, and no problem. And now we're good from here. And remember to always put the hive back to how we had it. So move all these frames over nice and slowly. Don't try to get it in one go. Just kind of push it a little bit, and a little bit, just like so. And now we can slide this frame back down there. And now we're just gonna go ahead and put everything back together real quick. Alrighty, and that's gonna be the inspection for this week. Everything still looks super good. We did not need to put a super on the Hive yet. They still have a few more frames to draw. Maybe next week we will, or the week after, I figure. We're gonna have to put a super on. That's gonna be super awesome. I'm excited to do that because I would love to show you guys how to harvest some honey this year as well. That'd be super cool. But other than that, that's gonna wrap it up for us for episode 5 of the 365 series. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the like button. It really helps the channel grow.